Welcome to today's Distinguished Flying Cross Awards ceremony. Presiding over today's ceremony is Major Conroy. At this time, I would like to welcome our special guest, Senior Master Sergeant Widener's family, Airman, Kaya, and Riley. Good to see you guys here. Master Sergeant Senkki's wife, Mary, mother-in-law, Mary Victoria Taylor, and brother-in-law, Lieutenant Will Taylor. Staff Sergeant Parcha's fiancée, Karen Tanner, and his parents, David and Lori Parcha. United States Senator from the state of Alaska, Senator Murkowski. Great to have you with us today, ma'am. State Representative Sadler. Major General Kakis, the Adjutant General of the Alaska National Guard. Brigadier General Bridges, Deputy Adjutant General, Alaska National Guard. Colonel Winky, Commander, 176th Wing, and our Command Chief, Chief Master Sergeant Calvin. Colonel Duffy, Commander, 673rd Air Base Wing. Colonel Hedlund, Commander, 176th Maintenance Group. Please rise for the arrival of the official party. Please be seated.
Well, good morning, everybody. What a great way to start the day, start the UTA. Senator Murkowski, thank you for attending the ceremony today. General Kakis, it's always a pleasure. You always show up. We really appreciate it. General Bridges, great to be getting to know you. I see you around a lot. Appreciate it. Colonel Winky, see you every day, almost. And of course, I always see Lieutenant Colonel Getty, so whether it's in his office or mine. Colonel Grunwald, Colonel Kachura, Chief Calvin, I see you back there a little bit. Chief Nelson, Colonel Duffy, thank you very much for attending today. Friends and family, thank you for waking up so early. We looked at what the time of doing this ceremony, and we have a very busy day. So, like I said at the beginning, a great way to start off Saturday morning. Before we begin the ceremony, a few administrative announcements. To orient you with the individuals on stage, from your left to right is Senior Master Sergeant Christopher Widener, Master Sergeant Brandon Senkki, and Staff Sergeant Aaron Parcha. Also, to clarify, today's ceremony involves awards that will be presented due to actions performed during the deployment in 2010. The awards are not from our most recent deployment this summer. Today, the Distinguished Flying Cross is being awarded for heroism while participating in aerial flight to Senior Master Sergeant Christopher Widener, Master Sergeant Brandon Senkki, and Staff Sergeant Aaron Parcha. These warriors, these pararescuemen, conducted actions in the face of extreme adversity while in flight and on the ground. They performed under pressure in extreme and intense circumstances. Widener, Stuemke, and Parcha operated during Operation Bulldog Bite in 2010. This operation involved some of the largest rescues and evacuations since Operation Anaconda in 2002. During a span of 5 days between 12 and 16 November 2010, Widener, Senkki, and Parcha flew 25 missions, retrieving a total of 49 U.S. and coalition personnel. 11 of these personnel were deceased. 19 of the personnel were retrieved by these individuals conducting a hoist insertion and extraction. Many of these hoist operations were conducted under fire. To put this in layman's terms, these brave and courageous warriors exited an aircraft, an HH-60, while in flight by a cable hoisting system under extreme and intense circumstances to recover fellow combatants wounded during ground combat operations with the enemy. At times, during this 5-day span of recovery operations, the respective helicopter these individuals were flying and retrieved incapacitating battle damage, rendering the helicopter as non-mission capable after landing back at base. In fact, upon being notified of a mission, Widener and Parcha lowered onto a helicopter, and as the rotors were turning, pieces near the rotor head and mast flew from the helicopter due to battle damage and stress. Stuemke, with another PJ, was on the other helicopter for this particular mission and launched as a single-ship HH-60 with an Apache gunship as an escort. Stuemke and his crew never made it to the objective. His teammate received a gunshot wound to the head while in flight. Stuemke treated his teammate until they returned to the base, until they returned back to base. In the meantime, after Stuemke and his teammate were dropped off to the hospital, their helicopter returned to Widener's and Parcha's location. With Widener's and Parcha's helicopter hard broke, Stuemke's returning helicopter would become their mission platform. Widener and Parcha saw the remnants of what occurred to their teammate in the helicopter and were asked by their operations officer if they really wanted to try performing the mission with the threat that was at the objective area. Widener and Parcha did not hesitate. There were American and coalition forces that needed to be recovered off the battlefield. Stuemke would soon return to the fight, and together these pararescuemen, while in flight and on the ground, would save lives and return with honor those who perished in the span of those 5 days in November of 2010. I've worked with these 3 pararescuemen for a length of time. For Senior Master Sergeant Widener, who performed many of his duties during that deployment as a team leader, he performed in a solid, steady manner, exemplifying courage, bravery, and leadership in the face of adversity. As an illustration of his leadership, he has asked that his men receive their awards before him, citing their heroism and bravery during extreme and intense circumstances. For Master Sergeant Stuemke, don't let his size fool you. If you're in trouble on the battlefield, in Alaska, or anywhere in the world, he will find a way to get you out of harm's way. In fact, Master Sergeant Senkki has 4 operational jump missions and recently conducted our latest jump mission near Fort Yukon, Alaska, recovering a woman suffering from internal bleeding. And for Staff Sergeant Parcha, one of our youngest pararescuemen, he is our future and at a young age has acquired a large amount of experience. Folks, in his very early 20s, Staff Sergeant Parcha has been decorated with 15 air medals stemming from his performance during several deployments. Given the character and caliber of these men, it does not surprise me that we're here today to recognize their actions while in flight as they recovered fellow combatants in high-threat areas. During our era, our generation, our country was attacked. All of us share in the profession of arms and have made significant contributions over the last decade. As I mentioned last month during another award ceremony, this is also a celebration that we, as Americans, have the freedom to gather today, to celebrate that the individuals being recognized today had the freedom to choose the occupation they practiced and conducted their efforts successfully. A celebration that lives were saved who had engaged the enemy and may have returned to duty or back to their loved ones. And also, a remembrance of those who perished and were returned with honor by Senior Master Sergeant Widener, Master Sergeant Senkki, and Staff Sergeant Parcha. Staff Sergeant Parcha, post.
Please rise. Attention to orders. Senior Airman Aaron D. Parcha distinguished himself by heroism while participating in aerial flight as pararescue team member, 83rd Expeditionary Rescue Squadron, Squadron, Airfield, Afghanistan. From 12 November to 13 November 2010, Airman Parcha and his team performed casualty evacuation in support of a deliberate operation by United States Army Task Force Bastogne in the highly contested Pesh River Valley. During the 2-day period, Airman Parcha launched on 8 missions, resulting in 26 lives saved and the return to friendly control of 7 coalition soldiers killed in action. On 4 separate occasions, Airman Parcha disregarded his own personal safety as he voluntarily flew into highly hostile and heavily defended areas and hoisted down to evacuate injured soldiers. Once on the ground, Airman Parcha time and again prioritized the casualties and rigged them for hoist extraction as the enemy raked the hovering helicopter and the landing zone with small arms fire. His diligence and unique ability to focus on the task at hand during overwhelming circumstances enabled his team to quickly accomplish their mission. Throughout the engagements, he repeatedly exposed himself to enemy fire as he ensured all the casualties were safely hoisted into the helicopter, expediting the evacuation of the wounded. Selflessly, Airman Parcha secured himself to the hoist only after all casualties were secured in the aircraft. His actions directly enabled the success of an operation that secured large stores of enemy weapons and munitions and significantly disrupted insurgent activity against coalition forces in Regional Command East. The outstanding heroism and selfless devotion to duty displayed by Airman Parcha reflect great credit upon himself and the United States Air Force.
Sergeant Stuemke, post.
Attention to orders. Technical Sergeant Brandon S. Stuemke distinguished himself by heroism while participating in aerial flight as a pararescue element leader, 83rd Expeditionary Rescue Squadron, Bagram Airfield, Afghanistan. From 12 November 2010 to 14 November 2010, Sergeant Senkki and his team performed casualty evacuation in support of deliberate operations by United States Army Task Force Bastogne in the highly contested Pesh River Valley. During the 3-day period, Sergeant Stuemke launched on 6 missions that resulted in 20 lives saved and the return to friendly control of 6 coalition soldiers killed in action. On the afternoon of 13 November 2010, Sergeant Stuemke disregarded his personal safety as he voluntarily flew into and hoisted down into a highly hostile and heavily defended area to evacuate 5 critically injured soldiers. Once on the ground, Sergeant Stuemke quickly prioritized the casualties and rigged them for hoist extraction as the enemy raked the hovering helicopter and the landing zone with small arms fire. Throughout the engagement, he repeatedly exposed himself to enemy fire, expedited the evacuation of the wounded, and ensured all the casualties were safely hoisted into the helicopter. Sergeant Senkki decisively targeted and returned fire on an insurgent position and caused the enemy to break contact, which allowed the evacuation effort to continue and ensured the safety of his team and the wounded. His actions enabled the success of an operation that secured large stores of enemy weapons and munitions, in addition to significantly disrupting insurgent activity against coalition forces and regional command east. The outstanding heroism and selfless devotion to duty displayed by Sergeant Senkki reflect great credit upon himself and the United States Air Force.
Senior Master Sergeant Widener, post.
Attention to orders. Senior Master Sergeant Christopher D. Widener distinguished himself by heroism while participating in aerial flight as a pararescue team leader, 83rd Expeditionary Rescue Squadron, Bagram Airfield, Afghanistan. From 12 November to 13 November 2010, he flew 2 mass casualty evacuation missions in support of coalition operations in the Pesh Valley, Afghanistan. On 4 separate occasions, Sergeant Widener disregarded his own personal safety as he flew into an active firefight and hoisted down numerous times to evacuate severely wounded soldiers. On one rescue, upon reaching the ground, Sergeant Widener immediately prioritized several casualties and rigged them for hoist extraction as the enemy raked his position in the hovering helicopter with small arms fire. Sergeant Widener braved the incoming rounds and continued to calmly lead his team through several hoist extractions and ensured the most critical casualty was hoisted out with his team member as the helicopter crew attempted to engage the enemy. Sergeant Widener courageously elected to remain on the ground and continue to triage the remaining casualties and apply medical treatment to the wounded. Even as he hoisted out with the final casualty, Sergeant Widener displayed his medal and shielded the wounded soldier with his own body from small arms fire directed at the landing zone. In the end, 26 casualties were evacuated and 7 coalition soldiers killed in action were returned to friendly control during the 2-day period. Were it not for his heroic actions under direct enemy fire, many of those men would not have survived. The outstanding heroism and selfless devotion to duty displayed by Sergeant Widener reflect great credit upon himself and the United States Air Force. Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes today's ceremony. Thank you very much for attending. We invite you to move to the center left aisle to offer your congratulations to the award recipients who will be posted in front of the stage. In approximately 20 minutes, the OG Commander's Call will begin here in the theater. All 176 Operations Group Airmen are invited to attend. Now, please join me in congratulating these great American warriors.
My fiance Karen.
Take care of him, Karen. He's a keeper, I think. Yes,
Appreciate it.
This is
Hanging around with this guy.
impressive stories that go beyond what I think you would imagine. And you do it in the course of what you do.
I appreciate it.
It's remarkable.
And we total we had 2 bronze stars coming out of that, 3 DFCs, and then there's still for Master Sergeant Sparks, the Silver Star is still pending, and supposedly he's resubmitted in the course board, so we're still waiting.
How come it's taken so long?
I don't know. We've all kind of wondered that. So.
All right, we'll have to rattle a cage.
Appreciate it.
Find out.
Really appreciate it.
What you and your colleagues have done is extraordinary, and certainly a big commitment.
Well, thank you.
I'm honored to be able to be here and just shake your hands and say thank you.
Well, thank you, ma'am. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. I love the stories.
Thanks.
It's what you do. It's your words.
That's our pleasure. Folks are worth it.
Well, no, I don't know.
We'll hear about Roger soon.
It's pretty selfless. Pretty selfless.
You want to come jump?
Last night. I didn't know necessarily until this evening. I read the story.
Yes, sir. Yep. The next day, she would have got this out. Great work.